Hey, Jenica here from Slattery, and I want to share how imposter syndrome can actually be an incredible asset in your sales. Let me explain why. Many years ago, we hired a salesperson and we gave him a quota, and he crushed it in a really short period of time. In fact, I think he came in at like quadruple quota. And we asked him, how in the world are you doing this? Because we train salespeople. We want to know your secret. Here's the funny thing. He was literally an imposter by trade. That's what he did in his day job. He was an imposter by trade. He was an actor, but he was between gigs and he had a growing family to feed, and sales paid better than theater. And so between gigs, he joined us as a salesperson and made quite a bit of money because he was crushing it. Here's what he said. It's a role. I go out as a salesperson. It's a role like any other role that I do as an actor. I have my lines. The prospects have their lines, and they're going to come to me and say these things, and then I'm going to say these things. And every morning when I get up and I'm in front of the mirror shaving, I'm practicing my lines and I'm planning ahead to what they'll say, and then I plan ahead to what I'll say next. And that's pretty much it. It's a role. It was beautiful to hear him say that, because so many salespeople, when we're out on sales calls, we're having conversations with prospects. Maybe things are getting a little bit dicey. Maybe the prospect's pushing back. We tend to get emotionally involved, and that can sabotage the sale. We tend to get emotionally involved, or we jump ahead. We don't stay in the moment, but we start thinking ahead to how we can respond. Maybe we get a little defensive. There might be a lot on the line, and we don't stay prospect centric in our conversation. And then we let the conversation get totally derailed because we've gotten emotionally involved. Imposter syndrome works to your advantage. If you feel like an imposter, that's good. Embrace it. Use it to your advantage. It is an asset on your sales calls because you can stay in character. This isn't about you. This is about your conversation with the prospect, and you can do that in character and be incredibly effective. Actors know their lines, right? That's called planning. Before you go out on a sales call, practice what you'll say. Speak it in front of the mirror. Practice your lines until you get comfortable with it, because prospects can pick up on what is called in training circles congruence, whether or not you believe what you're saying. And practicing your lines over and over until you've internalized them helps you deliver those lines congruently, and the prospect will pick up on that. So do you believe what you're saying? You do if you practice it enough. Then the prospect, when you are in a conversation with a prospect and you're guiding the conversation, there are really only a handful of responses that any prospect can possibly throw at you. Plan for those. Plan your responses. And again, practice your lines until you internalize them. This is just called planning. This is what an actor does before a show. This is what salespeople can be doing before their calls, and be incredibly congruent, in character, believable, honest, because you believe what you're selling, and have those conversations without finding yourself getting emotionally involved or leaving the conversation momentarily to plan ahead. You'll be in the moment, in character, focused on the prospect, guiding the conversation where you want it to go. So call planning is one of the fun things that we do. We love working with our clients on that. We work, we plan ahead, we strategize. What are they going to say? What are you going to say? Let's work on that wording. And we love crafting language around it. So I would love to know if imposter syndrome has ever helped you. It's kind of a new way of looking at things. Have you felt imposter syndrome before? Has it worked in your favor, maybe without you realizing it? I would love to hear about that. And of course, we'd love to get to know you. So check out the link in the comments. We would love to connect. Thanks.